Hello and welcome. I'm Margaret Ann Lembo, and tonight we're going to quiet our minds and use some visualization for motivation and action. So it's a little bit of a dichotomy because I'm going to have us quieting our minds, slowing down the thought processes, and then we're gonna move into visualization for the purposes of motivation and action, which is the event that's following shortly. So if you would put all of your attention on your breath, on the inhalation and the exhalation. And as you become aware of your breath, I'd like for you to let yourself rotate your shoulders and your elbows too, and start to find if you have any kinks in your neck, and perhaps even do a little bit of a gentle turn each way to rotate your torso. And as you're sitting in the chair, get yourself established in a way that you are sitting upright with your head above your spinal cord, and maintain that throughout the whole experience versus going like this. Even though we're going to lower the eyelids in a moment, you want to keep your head up above your spinal cord and put your feet firmly on the ground, on the floor where you are. If for some reason you're sitting lotus position, that's fine, no worries. Then you're sitting lotus, that's good. Just like the pretty lotus here on the screen. You're observing your breath through this process as you begin to let yourself lower your eyelids, close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, notice that when you breathe in, you're expanding your torso, your diaphragm is actually expanding. You can observe how even your rib cage appears to expand when you inhale. Then when you exhale, notice how your body contracts. And by observing the inhale and the exhale, it helps you to start to quiet your mind of thought forms. And it's safe to stop thinking for a moment or two. Maybe we're going to stop thinking for 5 minutes, maybe 10. Whatever it is perfect. This is a practice. We're practicing quieting the mind. So as you close your eyes, if sure you already have them closed, and if you haven't already, I'd like you to go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and put your attention and awareness back behind the center of your forehead. And as you breathe in and as you exhale, continue to focus on that place that's behind the center of your forehead. Allow your in-breath to be about to the count of 4 or shorter than the exhale. So inhale, observe the retained breath, and then when you exhale, let it be long and slow as you exhale, releasing any tension, any stress, anything that's not for your highest good. Just let it go. If a thought form arises, which it might, it probably will, just observe what it is. Think for a moment, okay, that's that. If you have a pen and pad handy and nearby and you want to jot down that thought really quickly so you can get it out of you, so you can stop thinking about it, do that. Then return to your closed eyes and focusing on the place that's behind the center of your forehead. In fact, go back to the middle of your brain. And to do that, I like to imagine that I'm walking down a pathway. So let's do that. Let's imagine that there is a pathway behind the center of your forehead. The path can look any way you want. It could be a corridor or a hallway, or it could be a path. And just let yourself continue to walk up the pathway, walking up the pathway, walking up the pathway behind the center of your forehead. And as you get further and further, still observing your breath, the inhale, and the exhale. As you get further on the path, notice if you see, sense, or imagine something on either side of you as you travel. Take note if you feel like you have some kind of a spirit animal with you, like a power animal. But and if you don't, that's fine. You don't need to. Just continue to walk in your mind's eye, in the center of, behind the center of your forehead. And as you'll get to a place where there's like a clearing, almost like you walk through a portal. Perhaps there's a lintel, a place where there's an archway or something, and you walk through that archway, through that portal to the other side into a pasture or some kind of an opening. Maybe it's even a pasture or an area where there's a circle of trees there. And as you step into this beautiful scene, green, safe, happy feeling, I would like for you to find perhaps a place to sit. Um, Maybe there's a bench or a fairly large rock that's coming out of the ground that you could sit on, or an old log. A tree maybe fell and now you can sit on it. And just be there. Be there now. It's green, it's lush, it's peaceful, and you're following your breath. You're still observing the inhale and the exhale. You're still where you're sitting, both in this reality and the reality of the place that's behind the center of your forehead. And you're aware of observing both. You're observing yourself breathing as you sit on that branch, that log or rock, or and you're also observing yourself breathing as you sit wherever you are in the reality where we started. And with that, notice that there's less time to think about other things. And if other things are still coming to your consciousness, the first step is to even notice that you started thinking about something else. Observe it, and as you exhale, release it and let it go. Letting your mind know that it's time to be quiet, to have a quiet mind, to feel peace, safe, healthy, and happy too. Observing the inhalation and the exhalation. Now, as you sit in this special place, wherever you are is sacred to you. It's your sacred space, your special place. Now, there might be something that you've been working toward that you wish to have become manifest reality. It might have something to do with work. It could have something to do with a relationship. It could have to do with financial success. It could have to do with spiritual advancement, balanced emotions. There's so many different things that we might want to move toward to, achieve, if you will. So pick one thing that you would like to have become manifest reality. Think of that. And now imagine that has already become a reality, what that would look like, what that would feel like, what that would be like. Use your imagination and just focus on that one thing, not multiple things. You could always replay this another time and do something else the next time. Just one thing that you want help with, guidance, and also to visualize what it would be like as if it already has become your reality. And as you're imagining, I encourage you to allow yourself to feel the presence of your spirit helpers, your invisible helpers, your guides, your angels, maybe loved ones on the other side. You don't have to see them, they're invisible, but you can sense or feel them. And they are listening and observing and imagining with you to amplify your intention. Still observing the breath, observing the rise and fall of your chest. As you inhale, you observe your body expanding. Observe the retained breath, and as you exhale, letting go of anything that is extraneous, that is not applicable in this moment. And now that you've imagined, even thought of for a moment, of something that you wish to become manifest reality, know that you have really begun the process just by that use of your imagination. And now return to a quiet mind, no thoughts. And it's easier to do if you're observing your breath. Notice how when you inhale, you feel the air coming in. You observe, sense, or know that your lungs are expanding on the inhalation like big oblong balloons. Then when you exhale, you observe and notice how your lungs contract like deflating balloons, putting your awareness inward, peaceful, feeling healthy and calm. Now it's time to rise from wherever you were seated in that pasture, that scene, and start back toward that alcove or portal, the archway that you walked through to get to the green space you were just in. Walking to that space to get back to the path that brought you there. So you're going back to the path that's behind the center of your forehead. If you want, take a final look around, observe your space, notice anything special. If you don't see with your spiritual eyes, that's fine. You may sense, you might just know, you may just have a feeling. Go ahead and walk over the threshold back onto the pathway that's behind the center of your forehead. Still observing your breath with every step that you take. With every step that you take, you're aware of how the soles of your feet are connecting to Mother Earth. With every step that you take, with every breath that you take, you're aware of the energy in the palms of your hands. As you walk, the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands are energized. Your spinal cord is upright, filled with light. As you walk, you feel the energy of light from the base of your spine to the top of your neck. You feel yourself more revitalized, rejuvenated, regenerating in a healthy way. Walking down the pathway, walking down the pathway back to the center of your forehead, noticing that you feel like you're back to the outside of the center of your forehead. And you may even have the inclination to want to open your eyes at this time, which is fine if you want to. You can raise your eyelids as you come back fully alert, relaxed, perhaps more at peace. Yes, more at peace. And if you wish, I like to rotate my ankles and rotate my wrists to bring myself fully back. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and come back fully and completely. And know that Your visualization, your imagination will help you on your journey here on planet Earth to help you achieve what it is that you wish to achieve, no matter how mundane or how esoteric. It's all profound and beautiful. Good job. Thank you.